welcome to another weekly newsletter. Today, we're basically just going to go over a few basic reminders, and then we're going to take a glance at what our week is going to look like. First up, just a reminder, we have switched from using Student View as our main platform for learning to using Seesaw as our main platform for learning. Students should be all set up on this and ready to go because we have practiced it multiple times in the past week. I also sent out a link so that you parents have access to Seesaw so that you can not only see my expectations for assignments, but you should also be able to see the work that your student is submitting. I will include that link to join the Seesaw page as a parent down below. This week for quarter 2, we are going to be starting a brand new schedule. This schedule is going to allow all of our students to have not just one small group time, but 2 small group times. One of these small group times will be dedicated specifically to math. I know when I talked to most of you during conferences, you had voiced your concern that math had been especially challenging this year for your child, which, like I said at conferences, is totally understandable. So I thought that it would be beneficial for us to include a small group time specifically for math, and then a second small group time where we can focus on reading, writing, social studies, whatever we need to. If you would like to have easier access to this schedule, I have linked it down below so you can screenshot or download it. Alright, those are my only 2 big announcements, so let's go ahead and take a look at our week in math. This week we are starting our Module 2 in Eureka Math. We will be starting Lesson 1 on Monday and going through Lesson 2, 3, 4, and 5 on Friday. As usual, I have included the parent tip sheets in Spanish and in English down below, as well as including helpful videos for each of those lessons. Alright, that's it for math, so let's go ahead and take a look at reading. This week in reading, we are going to be starting a new story about Lewis and Clark. We're going to start building some background knowledge about this story on Monday, do our first read on Tuesday, and continue through our usual process so that we can take our test on Friday. Alright, this week in spelling. This week in spelling, we have List 5. If you would like to take a closer look at this list or just have it easily accessible to you, it is also linked down below in the description box, so you can click that, download it, screenshot it, whatever works for you. Alright, let's take a look at this week in social studies. We did just finish our first unit over matter for science, so we get to move back into social studies, which I'm super excited about. Social studies is my favorite. So let's look at it. On Monday, we are going to begin our new social studies unit about American Indians and their land. We will not be finishing this social studies unit this week. It'll probably take 2 or 3 weeks, so no worries there. It'll be a while. I'm excited to get started. All right, let's take a quick look at this week in writing. This week in writing, we are going to delve into sentence structure. The 2 other 5th grade classrooms at Countryside have been working on sentence and paragraph structure, and I decided this would be a great thing for us to work on in our virtual classroom. I'm super excited for this lesson. I think it's going to be extremely beneficial to your student, not only this year, but also in years to come. Alright, and last but certainly not least, let's take a look at what social and emotional learning is going to look like this week. This week in social and emotional learning, we are going to be starting our second lesson from our second step curriculum. This lesson is going to take us the entire week. I'm super excited for it. Basically, this lesson is going to teach them how to listen attentively so that they can be better learners, they can work well with others, and they can even make friends using these strategies. That is a quick glance at what our week is going to look like. As usual, if you have any questions, please send me an email, and I will do my best to respond within 24 hours. Alright, I think that's everything I have for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in next week for our next newsletter. See ya!